This is section 2-2, reconcile a bank statement. The objectives of this unit, or this section rather, are to reconcile a checking account with a bank statement by hand and by using a spreadsheet. Again, there are a number of terms here that we need to know the definition of. So let's go over some of them. First of all, we've got the account number. Okay, an account number is a number that appears on all checks, deposit slips, and bank statements, identifying the owner of the account. Okay, simple enough. A bank statement is a statement that includes all transactions that have occurred for a period of approximately 1 month. Now, these don't always follow a calendar month, but it is approximately 1 month. It could be like October 10th to November 10th, for example. The starting balance is the amount of money in a checking account at the beginning of the statement period, okay? So it's key here. This is the beginning of the statement period. The ending balance is the amount of money in a checking account at the end of the statement period. Outstanding deposits are deposits that do not appear on the bank statement. Similarly, outstanding checks are checks that do not appear on the bank statement. And lastly, balancing or reconciling is the process of verifying banks' records to make sure no errors have been made. Now, let's look at an example. The next slide has a bank statement and check register for Michael Biak's checking account. What steps are needed to reconcile Michael's bank statement? All right, so on the left is his checking account register, okay? And on the right is the bank statement, okay? And we're going to try and reconcile them. Now notice, first of all, that the ending balance of the bank statement, which is $628.23, is not the same as the ending balance on his register, okay? So we have to reconcile this. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take and look for this column with check marks on it. The check marks simply indicate that that item was handled in a previous bank statement. So we can pretty much ignore that amount right there, that check right there, this check right here, and this deposit right here. So we can ignore those, all right? Now we're going to look at what's on the bank statement and see what else we can ignore. Well, notice we got two deposits here. We have a deposit of $35, which is down here, so we can ignore that. We have another deposit of $100, which is down here, so I can ignore that. All right, now let's look at the withdrawals. We have a withdrawal for $158.08, which is right here, so we can ignore that. We have a withdrawal for $46.50, which is right here, so I can ignore that. I have another withdrawal for $74.64, and where is that? That's right here. And lastly, we have a withdrawal of $19.50. So we can ignore that. All right, now we've got 4 outstanding checks and 1 outstanding deposit. So let's look at the withdrawals of the outstanding checks. All right, I've got $50 here. I've got $18 there, I got $29.10 there, and I got $15 here. If I add those together, I've got $112.10. Now, if I look at the deposits or the outstanding deposits, I've got $125. So if I subtract these outstanding checks and I add this outstanding deposit to this amount over here, $628.23, what do I get? I get $641.13. And that is the amount we've got over here. So therefore, we have reconciled this bank statement, and there are no errors. So let's look at another example. We want to use algebraic formulas and statements to model the check register balancing process. All right, first of all, I've got to assign some letters here. So this is what we've done right here. All right, we have a statement ending balance, and we're going to call that A. We have total outstanding deposits. We're going to call that B. Total outstanding withdrawals, we're going to call that C. Revised statement balance, we'll call that D. And the check register balance, we'll call that R, okay? So that's, R is what we have on our check register, okay? A is what is on the bank statement. And we're going to use B, C, and D to determine whether or not these reconcile. So what we're saying is that the revised statement balance is going to equal the statement ending balance plus outstanding deposits minus outstanding withdrawals or checks. And that's this formula here. And if we find that D equals R, then the statement is reconciled, okay? So in basic algebra, that's how we're going to do it. So let's look at another example. Nancy has a balance of $1,078 in her check register. The balance on her bank account statement is $885.84. Not reported on our bank statement are deposits of $575 and $250 and two checks for $195 and $437.84. Is her checking account balanced? Let's look. All right, first of all, her check register has a balance of $1,078, and that's what we've got right here. So that is the R. That's her register, and it shows $1,078. Now, the balance on her bank account statement is $885.84. So that's right here. So that's what's on the bank statement. Not reported on her bank statement are deposits of $575 and $250. So we're going to add those, because those are outstanding deposits, to the bank statement balance. And she has checks for $195 and $437.84 that are also outstanding. So we're going to subtract those from what we get. And if we combine all those together, the result is $1,078, and that is what was on her check register, so therefore her checking account is balanced. All right, let's look at one more example. Marina and Brian have a joint checking account. They have a balance of $3,839.25 in their check register. The balance on the bank statement is $3,450.10. Not reported on the statement are deposits of $2,135.67, $254.77, and $188.76, and four checks for $567.89, $23.83, $598.33, and $1,000. reconcile a bank statement using a spreadsheet. All right, so here I've taken and created this spreadsheet here. This first column is outstanding deposits. The second column is outstanding checks. Now notice, outstanding deposits, remember we had 2,000, 135.67, 254.77, and 188.76. And we show those here. Now down here is simply the sum of those outstanding deposits. Now we have 4 checks, outstanding checks, 567.89, 23.83, 598.33, and $1,000. Those we show right here. And again, we sum those up and we get a total right here. Now, their check register showed a balance of $3,839.25. So that's what we put right here. That's the check register balance. And the balance on the bank statement is $3,450.10. Statement ending balance, that's this what we show right here. Now, to get the revised statement balance right here, what we're going to do is we're going to take the statement ending balance, that's this figure here, and we're going to add the outstanding deposits, which are this here, and we're going to subtract the outstanding checks, which is this here. And if I do that, I come out with $3,839.25, which is what was on the check register. So therefore, this account is reconciled, and you could actually use this very conveniently as a anytime you're trying to do this once a month. You could set up a spreadsheet with these. The formula is already put in. All you have to do is put the outstanding deposits, outstanding checks, fill in these two, and you should be able to tell quickly whether your statement is reconciled or not.